What is up everybody, my name is Rich, this is Gamer Life, back with another universe mode for you today. It's WWE 2K19, we've got Smackdown for you tonight. It is the first Smackdown in the second batch of videos, so it's been a little while since I've done this, so I'm really excited to be back here tonight. I hope you are too. We've got a big one for you, we've got some money in the bank matches coming up, qualifying matches that is, sorry. We've got a couple of title matches tonight as well, and some more debutants, so it is going to be a packed one. I hope you're all ready for it. We're going to start off the night with Cesaro versus Velveteen Dream. This is one of those Money in the Bank qualifying matches I was on about, so I expect this to be a highly competitive one. Velveteen Dream's making his debut tonight, and what a way to announce yourself by going in there, beating Cesaro, who is 2-0 by the way, and making your way into that Money in the Bank ladder match. That would be absolutely wild, and that is the opportunity that the Dream has tonight. It's not going to be easy against Cesaro. He's been in tag team action and in singles action, and he's won both his matches, so Cesaro is in good form. So yeah, I'm expecting big things from that one. It should be a really good one. That following that, we've got Kane versus Andrade. Kane has been absolutely chomping at the bit to get in the ring since this universe mode began. Andrade himself, he's got quite the task tonight, probably because of that. But he's been up and down. He's had a loss to Jeff Hardy, but in week 1 he did beat Shinsuke, who is the US champion. So he has got it in him, but I don't really fancy his chances against a pumped up Kane tonight. But then anything can happen in universe mode. It has been proven already, and we're on the early doors in this series yet, so I'm not going to write him off just yet. But yeah, Kane finally gets to make his debut. And then we move across to what would normally be probably a live match, to be honest, because the caliber of both the people in it. We've got Bobby Lashley against Randy Orton. This has been quite interesting because Bobby Lashley a couple of weeks ago did issue an open challenge, and literally the first time I've seen this, nobody take him up on it at all. No one wants to get in the ring with this guy. But tonight Randy has no chance. Chris Hammer has made this match. Bobby Lashley finally gets to make his debut, but he couldn't be in there with a tougher opponent at the moment. Randy Orton is absolutely on fire. He's 3-0. He's got his buddy with him at ringside. I'll call him buddy, but we don't really know what's gone on with this relationship yet, how it's came about, why, and all of the questions that you would normally ask. I've tried to find out backstage what's going on, but I just haven't got any answers, so that will be interesting. Now, we saw Cesaro earlier. He's in a Money in the Bank qualifier. Now it's the turn of his buddy Sheamus, and these two are buddies, as we know. Big E, he's taking this match on, having been taken out last week, so he's probably not going to be 100%, but he lost his chance to become official #1 contender, and now he's got a chance to get into the Money in the Bank ladder match. He didn't want to throw that away as well. We heard all this earlier from him being quizzed by Chris Hammer, and we'll actually show you that now before we move on. So this was just before we come on air earlier tonight, guys. This is what the boss had to say. So it's happened again. Last week was supposed to be Randy Orton versus Big E for the #1 contendership to the WWE title. But again, after I announced that there would be consequences, someone still wants to try me. And you know what I'm talking about. Last week, Big E taken out right before that big main event match. I promise you, I am absolutely losing my patience with this. I'm trying to be a good, fair boss. I'm trying to give everyone an opportunity, everyone the opportunities they deserve, and the doors just keep on getting slammed right back in my face. Now, I promise you, whoever it is that is doing this, I will find you. I will find out who you are, and I will deal with you. And that could even happen tonight, because Big E, against all doctors' advice, all medical advice, he's decided he is going to show up tonight. And if he saw who you are, there is going to be consequences, and those consequences will be dished out immediately. So let's not waste any more time. I know you're in the back, get out here. So guys, we understand that Big E is now on his way to the ring. It's an interesting situation that's developing here. I have absolutely no idea who it is that's taking these guys out, what their motive is, what the thinking behind it is. There's no connections, like I said, as I can see, to Big E, from Big E to Daniel Bryan. The only thing that is involved in all of this chaos that's swirling around at the moment is the WWE Championship, which still leads me to believe that it has to be something to do with Styles. I know that it's an accusation, that's all that anyone has got at the minute, there's no motivation. But let's jump back into what Big E and Chris Hammer are going to talk about right now. First of all, Big E, well done for even being here tonight. You can see that you're full of life and energy as usual. I don't expect anything less from you these days. I want to just apologise for the fact that you didn't get the opportunity to become the #1 contender last week through no fault of your own. Now, I heard you was going to be here tonight. I didn't know what to expect in terms of your condition or whether you were able to compete, so you were being booked into a Money in the Bank qualifying match tonight against Sheamus. We're going to have to find a replacement for that one now, obviously. But what I really want to know, what all of these fans here really want to know is, who was it that took you out in the catering area last week here on Smackdown? Well, first of all, thank you for the apology. It was real unfortunate about last week. Randy Orton actually dodged a big E-sized bullet there. As far as tonight goes, you will not be finding a replacement because Big E is ready to go. We are not, in front of all these people, going to pass up yet another opportunity. See? Nothing wrong with me. I am ready to go. So tonight, Sheamus is getting that booty kicked, and Big E is taking himself straight to that Money in the Bank match, getting that briefcase, and I'm getting that title shot that I should have been #1 contender for in the first place. Now, as for who took me out, you ain't gonna like this answer, boss, but I have absolutely no idea, and if I did, I would have dealt with it myself already by now. You know, you're right. That is not the answer I was looking for. But I am going to find out who's doing this. We cannot have this here every single time a match is booked in of that caliber, it gets wrecked. Whoever these people are, they think they are so clever. Well, let me tell you, they won't do when I find them. As far as your match tonight goes, you want it, Big E, it's yours. It's you versus Sheamus, Money in the Bank qualifier. So there you have it, guys. If Big E is not at 100%, you best believe Sheamus is going to target wherever Big E is hurting, and he's going to use that to his full advantage. And with a Money in the Bank qualification place, you can't really blame Sheamus at all. He's just got to go out there and do his job. And then it's the turn of the women's division tonight. We've got Paige back in singles action, and she's going to be going up against Asuka. Asuka is in really good form at the moment, and many consider her to be the #1 contender for the women's title and to go ahead and face Charlotte. That's not official yet by any stretch, so she's still got work to do. All she can do is keep winning, but I'm sure Paige is really excited to have at first a match of this magnitude and to be back in singles competition. We saw her in a Fatal 4-Way, but it's not really the best way to see what kind of ring shape she's in and this, that and the other, because those matches are quite chaotic. But one-on-one against a high caliber opponent tonight, we'll see whether Paige has still got it, and Paige will probably see whether Paige has still got it as well. And then we go across to our first of 2 live matches tonight, both title matches like I mentioned earlier. And first up, it's the Tag Team Championships. We have got Sanity, who are in absolute brilliant form at the moment, against the Bludgeon Brothers, who we haven't really seen that much of, but we'll go more into detail on that one when the match itself starts. And then on to tonight's main event, we have got another title match. This time it's the US title. Shinsuke is defending his title against Jeff Hardy. This match came about, we didn't know it at the time, but Shinsuke and AJ had a match last week, champion versus champion. Shinsuke lost, so as a consequence of losing that match, he has to defend his title tonight. Again, we'll go into more detail with that one as soon as we get into the match itself. That though is tonight's card, so we'll start now with the results and see how everyone got on. Starting with Cesaro against Velveteen Dream. He unfortunately could not make it happen on his debut. He doesn't get to make that big impact of winning and then shooting straight into Money in the Bank. Cesaro was just too good for him on the night. Congratulations to Cesaro. He needed to prove that he could do it in high pressure matches, and he's took the first step towards doing that tonight, and he's got a massive opportunity ahead of him now as he goes on into Money in the Bank. So congratulations to Cesaro there. It was probably just a bit too early in Dream's Universe Mode career for an opportunity that size. I'm sure he'll bounce back. Moving along, it is Kane versus Andrade, and Kane does win his debut match. I didn't hold much hope for Andrade, and it turned out that way, but something very weird happened at the end of this match. Let's take a look now. So you can see Kane's beat Andrade. Something goes wrong with all of the electrics in the arena. Everything starts flickering, the cameras start playing up, and then the Undertaker appears out of nowhere, but not the Undertaker as we know him, and then just like that, he ups and disappears. Kane goes a little bit crazy, and as the cameras come back up, Kane's completely lost his mind. Andrade is thrown out of the ring. You can see there Kane just completely confused. He has no idea what's going on. The Undertaker just appeared, started walking down the ramp towards the ring where Kane was. Kane was completely unmoved by it, but since then he's gone absolutely nuts, and I'm not going to tell him not to do this because we know what happens and how dangerous Kane becomes once he loses his mind, and that is completely and utterly what's happened here. It looks like Andrade might be going for a visit through the table. Yeah, Kane's just completely freaked out by what's just happened, and yeah, Andrade's been put straight through the table. He's unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time. Andrade. Kane got the win. He was about to celebrate, everything great. He's waited for this opportunity. He's took the opportunity. But yeah, this weird happening with the Undertaker has just happened, and Kane's just lost his mind since. He's okay. I said I wasn't going to say anything, but he's taken it a little bit too far now. Wasn't it enough to put the guy through the table? I thought he might end it there, but he hasn't. He's going to continue beating him. I have no idea what all this is about. It's completely confusing to me, but I suppose when something bad happens to Kane, we've known him long enough now that this is how he deals with it, and Andrade chokeslammed again, this time in the ring, but the damage has already been done. Andrade's all bloody, Zelina's left him. You can't really blame her for that one, at least she's out of harm's way. But okay, Kane is still not done. He's chucked Andrade out. I don't fully know what he's going to do now. He's just looking at Andrade at the minute, little shot to the back there. And don't tell me he's going to take Andrade backstage. He could be. He's chucking him towards that way. It's he's on the ramp. Kane now, Andrade, he's screaming at him to get up. Andrade does drag himself up, but you might have just wanted to stay on the floor because it is now tombstone by Kane, and he's just happy with what he's done there. Very weird. So that was very strange goings on. Not something I've came across before, so it was quite difficult to describe that. The record books are going to say that Kane's picked up a win, putting him to 1-0. So congratulations there, but that's definitely something that I think we need to keep our eye on. And then moving on, Bobby Lashley, like I mentioned, finally got his wish and got to make his debut. But he came up short, as everybody has at the moment, against Randy. I don't know if Razor Rivers, it looks like that guy's name is, had anything to do with the outcome in this match, but so far so good for Randy. Unfortunately, it wasn't the debut that Lashley wanted. He'll have to go back to the drawing board now, but at the moment Randy just keeps winning, and that's all he can do to keep his name in that title picture. So well done tonight, Randy. And then it is to Sheamus versus Big E. Sheamus gets the win. Sheamus now joins his buddy Cesaro, which is a very good dynamic there for SmackDown if they can work together to try and get that briefcase, because they are both now, Cesaro and Sheamus, in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I do feel sorry for Big E. There's no way he could have been at 100% tonight. He was man enough to take the match, but unfortunately came up a bit short. I did mention that if Sheamus found a weakness and that Big E wasn't at 100%, he would definitely exploit it. That's what happened, and unfortunately for Big E tonight, he just didn't have enough in the tank. But it's on to Money in the Bank for Sheamus. And that was followed by Paige beating Asuka. This for me, I would say, is an upset. We all know how talented Paige is, but the fact that she's managed to come back tonight and beat an in-form Asuka speaks volumes. And she did actually pick up a microphone after this match and had something to say, so let's show you what happened there. So first of all, it is great to be back in the ring tonight in front of all of you guys. It has been way too long. I've so missed the energy that you guys give out when we perform in front of you. It has been an unbelievable experience. It almost feels like another debut. I suppose in a way it is because of the universe mode resetting. I didn't get to have my big comeback moment in the Fatal 4-Way. That match was just way too chaotic and I was way too rusty, but one-on-one tonight I've beat one of the best women on this roster, and that surely puts me straight into a title picture. Charlotte was running her mouth last week. I heard it, everybody heard it, but she forgets that she's standing in the house that Paige built. So Charlotte, I know that you're watching this. I know you thought you were going to be fighting Asuka. I know you think there's no women on this roster deserving to get into this ring with you. You want to talk about women's revolutions and this, that and the other. I started that before the 4 Horsewomen even came along. This is my ring, it's my house, you're holding my title, and I'm coming to get it. Well, it is great to see Paige back. She means business, she's fired up, she's wasting absolutely no time going after the championship there. Who can blame her? It is, like I said, great that she's in good enough condition to get back in the ring and getting it done against Asuka tonight. Well done, Paige there. So here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for our first live match of the evening. It has been a great night so far, so for me, this match has got quite a bit to live up to. It is going to be Sanity versus the Bludgeon Brothers, and the gold is on the line. It is for the tag team titles, and Sanity are coming out first, and well, what can you say about this group at the moment? Since Universe Mode started, they're probably the most dominant faction, I would say, in Universe Mode, starting all the way back in week 1 where Eric Young beat Epico. The Colons were not happy with that. They were using the reason or the excuse, depending how you see it. Well, we're a tag team, we don't really do singles competition. So Sanity was like, fine, we'll take them on in tag team competition. Chris Hammer gave them the opportunity to do that, and then they went and beat the Colons again as a tag team. That was Wolf and Dane that got the job done in week 2. Then we didn't see them for a few weeks. Obviously, Chris Hammer touched on it earlier in that address where he was questioning Big E. He's trying to give everyone opportunity, so we didn't see Sanity for a few weeks, which is a bit of a shame for them really. But Eric Young was given a big opportunity to go up against Samoa Joe. That was a Money in the Bank qualifying match, and well, Eric Young beat Samoa Joe, and Joe was red hot at that point. So Sanity have really been on fire as a collective. No one's been able to beat them or touch them so far, and you gotta picture this. If they win tonight and then Young gets that Money in the Bank briefcase, this could be the power faction in Universe mode at the moment. There is a lot of work still to do for them to get to that point, and that starts right here, right now, against the tag team champions. This is not going to be an easy task for Sanity whatsoever, and at the same point it's not going to be easy for the Bludgeons to keep their titles tonight either. They are the Bludgeon Brothers. They're two really bad men. They're big, they're powerful, they're dangerous, they're uncaring. If you need to know anything more about them, well, they came from the same place that we got Bray Wyatt from, so I think that tells you everything that you need to know. We have seen the Bludgeon Brothers in Universe mode. We've seen them back in week 3, and they came up short actually against Gallows and Anderson. That was somewhat of an upset, and I can tell you that Gallows and Anderson are also really frustrated that it's not them getting the title shot tonight after they have beat the Bludgeon Brothers. So yeah, that could cause a bit of something backstage, but that's not for the Bludgeons to worry about. What they've got to worry about is what's right in front of them tonight. They have to beat Sanity to keep those titles, and it will also avenge that loss. And then maybe if they do win tonight, the Gallows and Anderson will get their opportunity down the line. That's something that will be up to obviously Chris Hammer and his team. But yeah, they've got to walk out of here with those titles tonight, and that is certainly not a gimme at the moment. I would like to know what you guys think about this match, maybe some predictions before it takes place. For me, it's a really close one. They're both big and powerful teams. There's a little X factor for Sanity outside of the ring. They've got Eric Young. They also have momentum behind them at the moment. But the Bludgeon Brothers are the Bludgeon Brothers, and it's gonna be some task to take these titles away from them. But yeah, leave your comments on who you think's gonna win. If the Bludgeon Brothers do keep their titles, who do you think should be next in line? Should it be Gallows and Anderson, or should it be someone else? Yeah, let me know all of that stuff. Join in the fun. I do want your input in this Universe mode. I want it to be as interactive as it possibly can. I know it's a bit difficult at the moment because I'm having to batch record everything, which I've touched on before. But I do want your comments. I do want to have your input and make this, like I say, as interactive as possible. But it is now time to get going. And talking about strength and power and being bad dudes, Killian Dane straight away is showing his power here. He's got Harper and he's just absolutely manhandling him already in this match. I've got to admit, I don't know too much about Sanity. They were in NXT when I was still able to watch real life WWE, so yeah, I don't know too much about these guys, but what I do know is that since we've started this Universe mode, like I say, they've been really impressive. I know the Bludgeon Brothers are going to want to isolate either Wolf or Dane, and they're going to want to use that high impact. They're heavy strikers, and you can see that here at the moment with Harper, who using strikes has just managed to fight his way out of that position. And I was just going to say, he's in the complete wrong part of town at the moment though, in Sanity's half of the ring. But using that experience there, Harper, he's dragged Dane back to his and Rowan's part of the ring. And what I was on about with impactful heavy strikes, well, there you go. Just nothing but a blatant few headbutts there and a choke as well. They've finally managed, the Bludgeons, to ground Killian Dane. And that's what they'll want to do for the rest of this match. And there you go. like I said about uncaring as well. All of the attributes actually that you could throw at the Bludgeon Brothers, you could probably also say about Sanity as well. They're big bad dudes. They're pretty uncaring from what I've seen in Universe mode so far. They'll do what they've got to do to win, and really you can't fault that mentality. This Universe mode is all about getting them wins, avoiding them losses. That's essentially what's going to propel you to these title opportunities and all the glory and everything that comes with it. So you can't blame people for doing what they've got to do to win, not in my opinion anyway. If I was in the ring, that would 100% be my mentality. So yeah, I don't blame either of them for doing whatever it is that they've got to do. Wolf, unfortunately for him, did get tagged in during all of that, and he's in there now with Rowan. Wolf is visibly the smaller of the two by the looks of it, out of him and Dane. But again, I was just about to say Rowan this time is not where he wants to be, and they've managed to get the Bludgeon Brothers back into their corner, but the slam there from Rowan gets him out of trouble, and again the first thing he thinks of, you can tell that they are a well-oiled machine, was to bring Sanity and Wolf back to their corner. But at the moment both teams are actually struggling to dominate this match and dominate one another. No one's been really able to isolate anyone for any period of time. It just keeps swinging back and forth, so it's actually a pretty close one, this one. I would say at the moment Sanity are just edging it, but it's really not by much at all. And with them tonight, they've got to know what I was talking about earlier, that if they can capture these tag titles tonight, and then they can help Eric Young go and win Money in the Bank, they are really, they're the top players, essentially, in Universe mode. Then they'll hold the tag gold. And then you've got to say, if Young can win Money in the Bank, and he will have Sanity to help him, that is, remember, a no DQ match, so there's a big possibility that they could come down and carry him. We've seen it before in Money in the Bank ladder matches, just carry him on their shoulders up the ladders themselves. And if Young then has that briefcase, he's not going to do what Strowman did this year and declare, well, I wouldn't have thought that he would anyway, and declare that he is going to cash in. He's going to do it at an opportune moment, and then they rule with the WWE title, and they rule the tag division with the tag titles as well. They could actually become, like I said, the most influential, powerful group in Universe mode. But that's a long, long way away at the moment, because Harper's tagged back into this match and he's took over on Dane momentarily. That is because now Dane is back in control again. It's so hard to stay up with this at the moment and know exactly who has got the advantage, because it's a very competitive, which we like, and it's a very back and forth match. But that's a big move there. That sit-out powerbomb, very impressive from Dane on a guy the size of Harper. And straight back into that corner, the double team again. This is what Sanity have done better than the Bludgeon Brothers in this match. The Bludgeons are tagging in and out well enough, but when Dane and Wolf do it, they're doing it and using double teams as well. So that's giving them a big edge, but just as I say that, there you go. Double team this time by the Bludgeons, and oh, look at that for power from Rowan, but he didn't get the move done, and big release German there from Wolf, and that has put him back in control of Rowan again. And at the moment, like I say, if you was using the boxer scorecards, I would say on points at the moment that Sanity would be ahead by a couple of rounds. And we've got our first pinfall here. It's a 1 on Rowan, and he kicks out at 1. With the high impact moves that have been delivered in this match by both teams, this far in to get just a 1 count, that has got to be psychologically demoralising. But it hasn't destabilised Sanity at the minute. They're straight back in with another double team. What we're going to see here, big momentum from Wolf and a clothesline. That's a big move there from Sanity, and Killian Dane here, gut wrench into the suplex. That's nice. and maybe now they can start to isolate and keep tagging in and out, keeping the fresh member of Sanity in. For someone, a heavy striker there like Rowan, that is a really intelligent move from Dane. But Rowan's back up and he's going to tag straight back out. This time they'll notice he didn't have the power or the wherewithal to drag Dane away from his corner, and the Bludgeons now are doing work, but they're doing it in the wrong part of the ring, because if this happens, and it has, Killian Dane now, if he wanted to tag him, was right next to his partner, but instead he's gone for almost a camel clutch dragon sleeper there. That looked extremely painful, but luckily for Harper, he was in the ropes, and there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. This time they didn't have to fight their way back to their part of the ring. They were already in it. Mistake by the Bludgeon Brothers there, and great counter again as the freshman's in for Sanity. Hanging out Harper to dry on the top rope. Harper again with them elbows. They've been effective for him tonight, the elbow strikes, and what a kick that was. Right in the back of Alexander Wolf's head. And will Harper now get Wolf back into his corner? He goes for a massive running big boot there. But again, he's not cutting the ring off like they were earlier. The Bludgeons at the moment though, with Harper, have took control of this match again. It has swung back in their favour a little bit. I still think they're behind on points, I really do. But this will help. This will help bring it round. Another double team now. They're just starting to warm into this match, which is bad news for Sanity. Double chokeslam there. And he's gone straight for the pin as well, Rowan. This could be all. It's 1, 2, and it is all. That's 3. That is unfortunate for Sanity, but that is the game-changing power and experience of the Bludgeon Brothers there. For me, that entire match, they were behind on points. Sanity actually wrestled the better match, the more intelligent match, but at the end of the day, it's the Bludgeons who come out with the tag titles. They get that W. I'm surprised actually that the fresher member of Sanity, I think it was Dane on the apron at the end, didn't try and come in to help his partner. Not really sure what the thinking was there. Yeah, it was Dane, because after that double chokeslam, mind you, Harper almost warned him there by the looks of it not to, and he heeded that warning. But that is a massive win, a really big win there for the Bludgeon Brothers. They take care of business tonight. They're still the tag champions. Sanity just come up a little bit short. Like I said, I think they were the better team. They just didn't get the result on the day. That one big move from the Bludgeon Brothers was enough to end this one. So congratulations to the Bludgeons. Sanity will have to regroup and come back another day. But if they continue the form they've been in, I don't think that day will be all that far away, to be honest.
Is scheduled for one fall and is for the United States Championship.
And there you heard it. It is time now for our main event of the evening. Again, it's been a great night so far. That last match was really close and competitive, so I'm hoping for more of the same here. We've got Jeff Hardy, Shinsuke Nakamura. It is for the US Championship, as JoJo's just told us. Jeff tonight coming in as the challenger. He's been in good form as Jeff, currently sitting on 2-0. That's his one-loss record here in Universe mode. He's beaten Andrade and Tony Nese on his way to this opportunity, which actually came about not because Jeff made himself official #1 contender, but he's put himself in the picture. And when Shinsuke, I did touch on it earlier, lost that champion vs champion match against AJ Styles last week, the consequence and fallout of that is we've still got a champion who's yet to win a match here on Universe mode. So he's going to be up against it tonight. Shinsuke, he's been backed into a corner. Jeff is coming in a very weird position as a challenger, because he's coming in for me as the favourite, both in terms of the fact that he's got the full support of the crowd behind him, as Jeff has always had, but not only that, he's got momentum behind him as well, where the opposite really can be said for this man. He's had 2 opportunities to pick up a win before having to defend his title tonight. He lost to Andrade, who Jeff actually beat, and then, like I just mentioned, he lost last week in the main event to AJ Styles. which normally wouldn't be anything to be ashamed of or anything. AJ on any night could beat anyone, but since Universe Mode, AJ had lost every single week up until the night that he come up against Shinsuke. One of them had to win that night. It was AJ, which means he's got the night off tonight, and Shinsuke is here defending his title. Jeff being the favourite is because, like I mentioned, Shinsuke has yet to win a match here in Universe Mode, and as you can hear slightly there in the background, the fans are really not that behind him, so he's got no crowd support behind him, no momentum. You've got to think that he's worried tonight. His title is on the line, and because he hasn't won yet, you've got to think there's a bit of self-doubt probably creeped in there. I mean, he's not showing it at the moment, but he knows that Jeff has yet to lose. He knows he's yet to win. So there's got to be some kind of self-doubt going on in that mind. And across the other side of the ring, Jeff's got to be thinking this is a great opportunity to walk away from here with a title tonight. Jeff's got to be bubbling with confidence. He's got the crowd behind him that will give him energy as well. He's got a wealth of experience, and yeah, everything just points to a Jeff win tonight. It's hard to see past him. So yeah, he's got to be thinking, I have got probably the best chance to go ahead tonight and walk out of here with some gold around my waist. And Shinsuke's got to be standing there holding that title thinking, what is it I'm going to have to do tonight to walk out of this arena with this title still wrapped around my waist. The one thing I suppose that Shinsuke does have in his favour is the championship advantage. If Jeff gets too far ahead in this match, he starts building too much momentum. There's nothing that stops Shinsuke just walking out of here, taking a count-out loss, getting disqualified somehow. He's got that in his locker. He's not above that. We've seen him use low blows in before Universe Mode in matches against AJ Styles and things like that, so he does have that about him, Shinsuke. Jeff's going to have to be very wary of that. So if I was Shinsuke tonight, I would probably want most of this match taking place outside of the ring, so I can have full use of those championship advantages. Whether he'll do that or not is a different thing. That's just what I would probably do if I was in the ring, especially if I was showing the kind of form that Shinsuke is showing at the moment. Again, it's hard to say who's got the advantage where in this match. They're quite similar in pace. Shinsuke is going to obviously want to use his kicks, his punches, his elbows and his strong style basically, whereas Jeff is going to want to take this on to the ropes and use that high risk that has made him so successful in the past. Which again, that could be another reason why if Shinsuke was to take this match outside the ring, it kind of nullifies a lot of that for Jeff. It kind of makes it a non-factor in many ways. So again, that's probably what I would be doing. Obviously, if I was Jeff tonight, I would want to keep it in the ring. I would want to stick to my high risk fast offense, and that's probably, I know, my best chance of winning. So we'll see how it plays out. Jeff's just got to be really wary of Shinsuke breaking the rules if he needs to do that. Just like that, using the rope against Jeff's throat, that is not a legal manoeuvre, but Shinsuke is not going to care about that tonight, especially with his title on the line. This may be one instance where in Universe Mode, probably goes for all champions actually as well, where there's something bigger than the W tonight, and if you've got to do what you've got to do, illegal, get disqualified, get counted out, get your opponent counted out, whatever you've got to do to keep that title, that is probably bigger than a single W tonight. So yeah, he might not be thinking about that, which would be probably bad news for Jeff, to be honest. But at the moment, Jeff's had the better of the exchanges, I would say, in the early going in this match. But oh, those strikes. I've seen a couple of knees while we've been talking that have been high impact from Nakamura, and now he just puts Jeff in a little bit of an arm lock there. Jeff's trying to fight out. At the moment, it's Shin actually, he's not going outside, but he is successfully keeping Jeff sort of grounded and within arm's reach, which is stopping Jeff from flying, and that is definitely another game plan that he would have been thinking about coming into this one tonight. And also, Shinsuke can just hurt you in so many different ways with so many different parts of his body. That's something Jeff's got to be careful of. Nice suplex there from Nakamura, who's starting to feel it a little bit here. He's probably showing more form in this match than he has done in previous ones. He's obviously champions have that in the locker, but let's just leave it there for a sec because of the count here. It's only a 1-0. Champions do have that in their locker though. We just saw it with the Bludgeon Brothers against Sanity earlier on. Even though Sanity controlled majority of that match and the Bludgeon Brothers came in without a win as well, they just managed at that moment to just find something that got them the 3 count in that match, and that's exactly what Nakamura's got to do tonight. It looks like he's lining something up here. It's the Kinshasa. Jeff could be out here already. It's 1, it's 2, and it is 3. Nakamura's just, in my view, upset Jeff Hardy there. That came absolutely out of nowhere. He used an illegal move there, Shin. That is a massive win for him though. All that self-doubt and them confidence problems and everything that I was talking about. A big win against the Jeff Hardy, which he has just got, is going to change his outlook completely. And all of a sudden things don't look quite so bad for him now. High profile match, high pressure, and like I was just mentioning about the Bludgeon Brothers, he's got that champion's mentality where he's just pulled something out the bag. He's got himself in that winning column at last now, and you can see the relief there. He's really happy with that one, and why wouldn't he be? I'm going to admit I thought Jeff was walking out here tonight as a champion. That's not been the case. It has been a good performance from Shin. It's a good performance from everyone on Smackdown tonight. I really enjoyed this show. I hope you guys have all enjoyed it as well. But that is going to be the end of this one. Again, leave your comments below. I do want you to get involved in this series. I'd like it to be a little bit more interactive. When I mention Hammer and the team, you guys could be that team. Helping him to run this show, and the same with Raw as well. Yeah, I just want you guys' input. I want you guys to have as much fun with this as I'm doing making these videos. So with that in mind, that is going to be the end. Leave your comments down below. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of this, and I will see you all hopefully in the next one. Thanks guys, bye.